Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me okay on here. We're going to start shortly. Um, there's a lot going on in the world today, and I hope that the viewpoints that we share here can help. Um, if you can hear me, let me know. I'm just trying to get everything sorted out so that we can start today. I see a lot of you on Facebook. There's also some people on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Aaron Sapirski. I own a company called Aaron's Estate Sales here in Detroit, Michigan, and I own a small business. And there's a lot going on right now. That's why I have sticky notes everywhere, papers everywhere, books. I want to share with you some things that I really hope will help you, especially if you own a small business, if you work for a small business, if you have ever thought about going into small business, if you've been laid off from your job. These are all really important things to talk about. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that the reason why I'm communicating here today is because I want to encourage you and empower you. I want to tell you that something can be done about it. I know that that's not the message that a lot of people want to hear right now, and I obviously definitely, hey Hootie, and hey everyone who's joining us, I want you guys to leave your comments if you agree with me, and also if you disagree with me. That's totally fine, because obviously there's a lot of viewpoints on this planet, and this is obviously Facebook, so that's where people like to get their viewpoints out on. So feel free to leave in the comments if you disagree with what I'm saying, or you agree with what I'm saying, and feel free to share it, love it, and press the hate button as well if you want. It all helps me, by the way, get more viewers. So basically, I refuse to quit. That's the first message. And I think that a lot of the media right now, a lot of what I'm seeing, the other thing, we have to be honest. At this point right now, stuff's not looking too hot, especially for most of small businesses in America right now. And I think the faster you realize that, and the faster that you get over that fact that, hey, it's not okay right now, then you can start to move into, hey, let's do something about it. So what happened this past week in my business as a small business, I'm going to give you what happened to me and what's happening to me because of this, and then I'm going to give you the solutions on what we are going to do about it. So the first thing that happened to me is the news. Every single day, everything changes. So this video today, or videos I did 2 days ago, are completely outdated at this point, because as time changes, this thing's changing so fast that it's just destroying businesses everywhere. Let's just be honest. It's destroying large businesses. It's destroying small businesses. It's destroying the mom and pop down the street. And that happens so quickly. So the faster you realize that, hey, people are not okay out there, most of the people that have businesses are probably not doing too hot right now, let's think about what to do about it. So this past week, we started the week with, hey, everything's great, we're going forward, we're pushing, and then getting slammed on certain restrictions, certain things that we're able to do. Everyone kind of holding back even more, going into their homes, which is absolutely one of the things that's necessary to stop this thing right now. But please get out and enjoy yourself as well. Enjoy, with social distancing. But what happened was each day was a new challenge. Monday we started and we were thinking, hey, let's just keep promoting. Let's just do this. Let's just do that. Let's keep the staff going. Let's continue business as usual. By Thursday, we were like, are we closing tomorrow? And that's how fast that changed. And so, the reason that I'm here today is because we won't stop. And the reason that you can't stop is that, or at least we're not going to stop, is because there is a potential out there. There is our potential that we're looking to go toward, and that's what we've been working on this whole time. A small business is working towards their own potential, and what is their true potential. And for that reason, you can't just stop everything and go inside. I think that a lot of the challenges right now is that obviously you're not allowed to go outside in a lot of places. And then in some places you are allowed to go outside, but everyone has said stop. And everyone, even though it's not government mandated, everyone has went inside. And from what I see on Instagram, from what I see on Facebook, everyone's treating this like a week vacation. And I think that's fine, but I think that you're going to be sadly surprised when you're 3 weeks into this thing and you can't pay your rent. So I think you need to start thinking about different things. 3, 4 weeks, 6 months, 3 months into this thing, and everyone's unemployed and everyone has the virus, and this thing gets a lot worse. And that's the thing about it is that when we're getting news daily and we're thinking, what's going to happen tomorrow? Are we going to be shut down tomorrow? What's going to happen today? Like, what's the news going to be today? Then we fail to look into the future a little bit. And we're so stuck on what's happening on my phone right now that we fail to look into the future and see that, hey, 3, 6 months down the line, there could be bigger problems that I need to be preparing for right now, that I need to be doing for in my business right now. So I brought a few things to share. I wanted to share our statistics from this past week, what happened. I have this book. I want to read something from the 10X Rule from Grant Cardone. And then I also want to read something from the Hubbard Management volume that I have right here that will go through some things about what to do. So first we'll talk about our week. We still did estate sales as normal. We obviously put in restrictions so that we could keep people safe. But I'm so glad we did, because we had a lot of people. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. We had so many people that were so grateful for something to do and that we were doing it safe. It's a lot different than if you go to Target right now or Myers and like nobody's putting in rules or restrictions like, hey, you have to stay this far apart. Hey, you please wash your hands. Here's some hand sanitizer, any of that. So for them to walk into an estate sale and we have it perfectly executed so that there's hand washing stations, so that there's sanitizer, and so that people are staying 6 feet apart is different. It's different. So I feel like people that are hating on small businesses that are trying to continue to pay their staff and trying to continue to pay their bills are sadly mistaken, because in 3 to 6 months they're going to understand why those businesses kept going, because they need revenue and they need to produce, because people need to pay their bills, their staff do. So despite all, we still did our estate sale. I'm super glad we did. We did make enough money to cover payroll this week. That's where we're at, small business size. We did, by opening that sale, we covered our payroll. And that's not a great place to be even at a business, because there's also insurance. We have a fleet of vehicles, there's rent, there's all sorts of other things. But we did enough to cover payroll. But I wanted to share this graph with you. Not because I want you alarmed or because I want to be negative or anything like that. But I wanted to show you, for weeks now, we've been on an upward trend. And we've been doing really well. This has been one of our best years ever. Last week, we did 51,000 in revenue. The week before that, we did about 30. Week before that, we did a little over 40,000. Week before that, we did 30. Week before that, we did about 20, 16, something. So it's been going up, up. And then all of a sudden this week is a crash, of course, because everyone's at home. This is what's happened. The only reason I'm showing you this is because this is what's happening to every small business. And I want you guys to understand clearly that it's not as simple as, hey, we're just going to shut down for a little bit. Starbucks is not going to be able to continue doing business with drive-through only with 3 people a day going through the drive-through. It just doesn't happen. So I wanted to share this with you because also when a graph looks like this, there are certain things that you can do about it, and you should. And so you should also be thinking about, hey, what do I do for the next year? Like, this was planned to be our best year ever. We were going to crush it. We are crushing it. We're up 150% revenue over last year already. And killing it the whole year. Killing it. And, expanding our team, growing our staff, buying vans, like looking for new space to expand into, like all these things that a business should be thinking of. And then this thing hits. So a few things I want to speak about are the assistance that is currently being offered to small business and also humans that are unemployed. It's not great. It doesn't look great. So the only thing that is coming across our lines for businesses at this point is small business loans and SBA loans that are given by the Small Business Administration. And what that does is it's basically taking on debt to produce no income, which is the opposite of what a business would do, or what any business, any sane financial decision would not be made off of, hey, let's take on massive debt so that we can, produce nothing. The other problem with that is that if you take on debt, let's say you take on $100,000 worth of debt, and that'll get you through the next 2 months. What if this thing lasts 6 months? You go out of business, you have all this massive debt, it's not the solution. That's not the solution. So the other thing about that, and this is what I was going to read out of this book, is that getting subsidies from the government is also not the solution. Getting free money, that is another thing that will happen, and it probably will help a lot of people, but it's not the solution. Before you, basically what I was going to read, when you add a subsidy, subsidy, basically into your business to operate an office, there goes your public contact. You become I'm just going to read it. It ceases to have point as there's no dependence on the public individual, so he ceases to be served. Subsidy is a fine way to fail and always leads to a dead end. A subsidized office ceases to promote as it's no longer depending on doing promotion, accumulating individuals' information, salesmanship, offering those people something they will buy for its daily bread, so it is useless in the scheme of things, not serving, and it becomes dangerous. So the second that a business becomes not dependent any longer upon the people it sells things through for income, it lets go of all public contact. Basically, if I'm going to get money from the government, I'll simplify it, then I can stop promoting, I can stop serving the public, I can stop serving the people. Not that I can, but it makes it easy to pull back from that. Not that people will, but right now what you need is contact with your public, contact with your people, contact with the people that are around you. Because those people exchange with you money, and that's how a business operates. So the second a business operates on a different way, like with free money, then it becomes not dependent upon the people that it serves, and then will drop out service and salesmanship. So it's a very dangerous spiral that goes there. So what's the solution? The solution is contact with the public, meaning promotion, salesmanship, offering those identities something that they will buy for its daily bread, and then delivering that product, and then delivering what was promised, what you sold them. That is the way a business operates. It's as simple as that. You have a service, you have something that you can produce consistently, you offer it for sale. Depending on how good your salesmanship is, you receive money for that, you deliver the product, and you do the cycle over and over and over again. It's as simple as that. So if you get money from this source to subsidize your business, then now you're not reliant upon those people that paid you, which means you don't have a working business anymore. So you essentially gave up. So that's why it's not a good solution. If you're still joining me on this, there's a few other things I wanted to read. The other thing that we're talking about is promotion. But first, let me read this to you. This is out of the 10X Rule. There are far too many cute sayings that seem to dismiss the importance of success, like success is a journey, not a destination. Please, when terrible economic contractions occur, everyone quickly realizes they can't eat or make house payments with cute little sayings. The economic events of the past several years should have made it obvious how badly we all underestimated the importance of success and how how essential it actually was for our survival. It is not enough to just play the game. It is vital that you learn to win at it. Winning over and over again at everything in which you involve yourself ensures that you will be able to further expand, and it guarantees that both you and your ideas will survive into the future. That's what we're talking about here, because we can't talk about what's going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. We're going to get shut down. No one's going to be able to make money. It's going to be an economic disaster. And it could be a recession. It's going to be a depression. And you need to plan like it is going to be a depression now, while everyone's on their phone on Instagram, hanging out at home, and so that you are prepared and that you're doing something about it, even if it's not a depression, that when you're done with it, you're in much better shape than everyone else and yourself was in the beginning. Not that you want to be in better shape. You want everyone to be in better shape. That's why we're here talking to people right now. You have to have confidence. You have to have courage to do this. You have to have courage, and sometimes it gets tested. People put things on your lives that are not, positive things that are coming down the pipe, So you have to have courage to keep pushing. You have to refuse to quit. These are a few of my sticky notes I wrote of points I wanted to get across. One of the things that's really important as well is do not defer any payments. If you have everyone saying, oh, you don't have to pay your rent. Oh, you don't have to pay this. Deferring payments means you will have to pay those 6 months rent that you added up. And then at the end, when you have to pay it, are you going to be in better financial, economic situation than you are now, or worse? Most likely it's going to get worse and worse. So you need to keep up on your payments. You need to stop paying things that are useless. You need to stop paying things that don't make sense to pay. But you need to keep paying those essential things because you don't want to defer things. Also, if you're deferring credit cards, that interest will still rack up. That part of it is not deferred. You won't just pause and then, hey, the interest doesn't rack up. So it's not a good idea to defer. It's not a great idea to count on money from the government, because the second you become dependent on someone else, you stop becoming dependent on yourself. You stop being responsible for your own environment, for your own people. You stop creating your own economy. And that's what we're talking about here. So this is another good thing as we go into what we're going to talk about, which is there's no coasting along on yesterday's steam. All tomorrows require today's heavy promotion. So this is very interesting because we all rely on, this referral, this client that I helped out last year will refer me to someone. If I do enough of those, I'll build up a referral base of people from the past that will start to pick up for my tomorrow. And that's a huge mistake. It's a huge mistake that we've all been operating on. It shows when a business goes out of business because of this situation, it shows that we were operating on yesterday's steam. We're operating on what we did yesterday to provide for us today. Huge mistake. So all tomorrows require today's heavy promotion. So today, meaning Sunday, you should not be sleeping in. You should not be watching Netflix. You should not be eating in bed. You should be heavily promoting. If you have a business, this is the action plan. This is what the whole video is about, is that you have to start promoting. Now, maybe you have to change. Maybe you have to go online. Maybe you can't, thank you. Maybe you can't, go out and hold huge events with massive amounts of people. I mean, every industry is being impacted. Whole casino, everything's shut down. It's a massive problem. So what can you do about it is you can promote what you can do for people so that when you come out of this thing, you're bigger, brighter, you have clients, you have things in the works, you have things going on. You cannot take a 2-week vacation or take a 1-week vacation sitting there for this past week on Instagram posting memes thinking everything is going to be okay in a couple weeks. It's not okay. And that's and we all get into it. I get stuck to my phone. I've last Thursday, like I said, stuck to the phone. Oh my God, what's going to happen this week? Is Michigan going to get shut down completely? And we are, for the most part, shut down. But the reason why our governor has not said yet that all non-essential businesses must close is because she's trying to keep some sort of economy going through this mess for now. And whether that's a mistake or right or wrong or whatever, you can communicate on that. I don't know the right answer. But when people need to pay their bills and people have to produce to do that, money doesn't just come out of thin air. People have to work to do that. People have to exchange with others products and services that produce income, So I feel since she has not done that, since she hasn't said not all non-essential businesses must close, that if you are a business owner that has not been shut down yet, then it is your responsibility and right to keep producing something, to keep exchanging something, to promote something, to change the way you're doing things a little bit, but keep promoting. Most businesses, most bars and restaurants that are being told carry out only are still not going to survive. You're going to start seeing them drop. They're basically going to stay open for as long as their food supply will last, and then they're going to start closing. And who knows if they're going to open up. That's the problem here, is that no one's thinking big enough, no one's thinking in the futures enough to really support their business along the way and keep it going. I feel like the very tough decisions are yet to come for my business. And they might come in the next few days. It might be a few weeks. But right now, this past week, we produced enough income to keep it going. And if we promote enough, if we keep pushing into the marketplace, saying, hey, we will do these jobs, whether it's online, whether it's in person, we will figure out how to do it so that we can service our clients, that we can exchange with people. We'll do free delivery, we'll do paid delivery, we'll make it happen until we're told we can't, because we need to keep the economic situation in some sort of form. In a small business that can do that. If you're not shut down, you have the opportunity to do that. You should definitely do every single thing in your power to maintain safety in your environment. Safety, security, wellness, washing hands, social distancing. One of the things I wrote on here was that while you are social distancing, you still need that social connection. So make sure that you interact with people, make sure that you are communicating, hop on calls, hop on Zoom calls, go out to the park, maybe not to the park. I think all parks got closed actually. But go out, take a walk. You need that social connection with people right now more than ever. So call up a person you haven't talked to in a while. Just go to your phone. This is a great time to do your power base idea from Grant Cardone, which is going to your phone and putting every single person that you know in a spreadsheet, and then reaching out to every single one of those persons in your, like every single contact, no matter who they are, no matter if you talked to them 30 years ago or just yesterday, reaching out to every single person one by one and just getting in communication. That's a way to promote. Another thing, to any outflow, anything outward that you can do. Taking in news and media, watching this video right now is inflow. So that's not the action that you should be doing right now. You should be outflowing. You should be making videos. You should be writing your client. You should be calling every single person. If you're a real estate agent, call every single person that you've ever sold a house to. Just say, hey, how you doing? Just get in communication with people. I did this the other day on Monday or Tuesday. I opened up my computer and I just started hammering estate sale companies in my area. I just started at the top of the list. Next called and I said, hey, how you doing? What's happening? What can I help you with? What can we service you? We can maybe move online for your clients. If you can't handle those clients, send them my way. We'll take care of it. And we got 2 referrals that way. So you need to keep figuring out ways that you can push outwards when everything's trying to make you feel so small, like you can't do anything. That's my suggestion. That's what I would give to you. You can feel free to disagree. You can feel free to agree. Please post it in the comments. Either way, press the love button, press the hate button. It's all good. But if you do not promote, the whole effort will be a dead end. The individual will no longer be reached, and that's the end of it. If you wait on money from the government, if you do these things, that will be the end of it, because you will stop promoting. You'll stop reaching the individual who will exchange with you. So that's what I got. This is from Hubbard Management and also the 10X rule from Grant Cardone. And like I said, this stat is not okay. So what do you do about it? You promote. If your business is looking like this right now, you promote. If your economy is looking like this right now, you promote. That's why I'm here with you, to hopefully help you through this time, hopefully encourage you. I think I got through all my sticky notes. Confidence, courage, not to quit. Keep your regiment. I've been here every morning, no fail, 8 a.m. every morning at work in my office. Sometimes I get home, ever since this thing started, at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, because I'm pushing. I refuse to quit. I refuse to let my family down. I refuse to let my employees down. I refuse. And who knows, we might have to take a break. We might have to lay people off. We might have to do these different hard decisions that every business owner had no idea 2-3 weeks ago that they were going to have to make. But you have to do it with the end, with a purpose. You have to do it with an idea of, this is how we're going to handle this. This is how we're going to get through, thrive, and support our people, and keep with the guidelines of the government. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that this makes you go and promote something whether it's just yourself, whether you're promoting a business or service, whether just connect with people. Outwardly flow your communication. That's what I can tell you right now. So thank you all for joining. Watch this whole video once over. If you have any questions, I don't see any on here, so we're good to go. Thank you all for joining. And yeah, let's do this. This is exciting. So this is definitely going to show what a lot of people are made of. I want you all to thrive throughout this process. I want you all to do better than you were before. The other thing I was telling Shannon this the other day, I was like, this gives people an opportunity. This also has massive opportunity for people to get out of situations that they were in before, that they didn't want to be in. And whether that's a job you hated, or a client that you couldn't handle, or all these things. Not that you should be using this as but it gives you an opportunity to restart, press the reset button, and then figure out what you're doing in your life. And I think that's pretty awesome. So figure it out. I hope that you thrive. I hope that you're planning on this being not just a 2-week thing, not just a 3-week thing, because in a month here, we're all going to be sitting there like, damn, why were we sitting there 2 weeks, 4 weeks ago posting on Instagram doing nothing, or hanging out on the couch, or damn, all those Netflix videos I watched, I could have wrote a book in that time period. I could have, started a course. I could have learned. I could have done personal development. I could have, reached out to my church and, did something in that manner. I hope you utilize this opportunity of time to do something super productive and to grow as a being. So thank you all. I will talk to you soon.